Welcome to Mathphile, Conceptual Understanding. Everything we can learn with concepts.
Dear students, this is Sharif. You are watching Mathphile. So we are continuing the third concept, which is last concept of the polynomials chapter, which is relationship between the zeros and coefficient of the polynomial. As we know that what is the general form of the quadratic polynomial, which is ax square plus bx plus c, and a, b, c are real numbers. A, b, c are real numbers and a should not be is equal to 0. A, B, C are real numbers and a should not be is equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, no, then x square does not exist and we cannot make the quadratic polynomial. Okay, this is a very important thing. And we are going to take let alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. Let alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial. Why, sir? Why we are taking alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial? In the textbook, it is suggested that alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial to be taken. Okay, and we know that what is that sum of the zeros? Sum of zeros which is equal to, since we have taken alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial, alpha plus beta, which is equal to, this is a very important result, alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. As you can see in the question, what is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x, which is nothing but b. Okay, here minus is there, so minus b, right? Coefficient of x is b, but here in the formula minus coefficient of x, so minus b divided by coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is a, so minus b by a. This is a very important result, which we can find out the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. And then product of the zeros. So sum of the zeros we have done. Now product of zeros. So product of the zeros means just multiply only alpha into beta, which is equal to constant, divided by coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. What is the constant? Here this is c is the constant, right? So c divided by, what is the coefficient of x square? That same thing only, which is a. Coefficient of x square a. You can see that sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros, the denominator remains same. Coefficient of x square, coefficient of x square. But the numerator in the sum of the zero, which is minus coefficient of x, and the product of zero numerator is constant. Okay. With these two result only, we are going to be verifying the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. Through some examples we can find out, so that you will come to know very easily. I hope these two results you might have understood, so it would be easy to go with the problems. I'll take some examples so that I'll make you fully understand. First question, x square minus 3x minus 28. Okay, we have to find out relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. We have to find out the zeros, find zeros in this problem, find zeros also, and the relationship between the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. We can go for this question. First of all, we are going to be finding the zeros. So how to find out the zeros? Let us go with the finding the zeros. X square minus 3x minus 28. Okay. So in the last video, I told you how to find out the zeros by splitting method. Okay. You can see that what is the coefficient of the x square, which is 1. So 1 into what is the constant, which is minus 28. Okay. And when we add, when we multiply, we should get minus 28. And when we add, what we should get minus 3. So what are the possibilities of getting 28? Let us make a list. So many factors are there for 28. So 28 can be expressed as 128 and 214 and 7 4 and many. Okay. So 128, 214, 74, and we can also write 28, 1, 14, 2. The reverse order also we can make. So out of this 3 pair, which is adapt to this question, we are going to find out. Let us go for it. So 28 plus 1, when we add both of them, when we give positive sign, 28 plus 1, which is nothing but 29. But we need, when we add, we should get minus 3. So this is not possible. If you subtract 28 minus 1, it will become 27. When we add 28 plus 1, it will become 29. So this is not a correct pair. Right? So now you can see the next set of pair, which is 14 and 2. When we add 14 plus 2, it will become 16. When we subtract, it will become 12. This is also not a correct pair. Now finally you can see 7 and 4. When we add 7, when we subtract 7 and 4, you will get 3. But we need negative 3. Okay. So this is a correct pair because 7 4s are 28. When we subtract, we are getting 3. So but only the placing the signs is important here. So since when we add, we should get negative 3. So we should be having the greater number as negative sign and the smaller number as positive sign. So we found this is a correct pair now. After finding the 0, then we can go for the verifications of the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Okay, now as we can find almost the zeros, we can write now. So this x square minus 3x minus 28. This 3x, we split it as x square. How we split this minus 3x? Minus 3x, we split it as minus 7x and then plus 4x. Plus 4x and again this minus 28. Again this minus 28. So now almost we have done. So now we are going to find out the common factors of the first 2 terms and the last 2 terms. What is the common factors of first 2 terms? Which is right. So x is the common term for the first 2 terms. When we take x as common, we will have x minus 7 because this x also we have taken out common. In x square, there will be x into x. So 1x we have taken out, 1 more x left, minus 7. Right. Out of this, what is common? Plus, because it comes with the next 2 term comes with positive, so plus. So 4x minus 28, both term having 4 table as common, 4 only. We cannot take x as common because first term only x is there, 4 only we can take it out common. What is left? X minus 7. As you can see, these 2 brackets factors are coming common. So then only we can understand we are going in the correct track, right? Now out of this full expression, what is common? This x minus 7 is common, right? So what is left? X plus 4 is left. So x plus 4 is left. X plus 4 is left. So now we have done the factors. Now we are going to find out the zeros. So x minus 7, which is equal to 0, x which is equal to 7. And then x plus 4, which is equal to 0, x which is equal to minus 4. We found 2 zeros, right? Now we can verify our zeros with the formula, with the given result what we have made just before, right? So now we can consider this first 0 as alpha and the second 0 as beta. As we know that just before we have derived a result which is relationship between the zeros and the coefficient form, that is alpha plus beta, which is nothing but minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, right? So in this question, what is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x, which is nothing but minus 3. And what is constant? This minus 28 is nothing but constant. And what is the coefficient of x square? If nothing is given, we just consider as 1, because 1 is multiplying with the every number. Okay, so now alpha plus beta, what we have found separately, that also we have to add. What is our alpha? Our alpha is 7 plus what is our beta? Our beta is minus 4. Okay, so now 7 plus of minus, which is minus 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. The same result 3 we should be getting from this form also. Okay, this is we have done, right? Alpha and beta we found, these two zeros we found. According to the sum of the zeros, we got 3. And the same result we have to find out the RHS result also, minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Let us go whether we will be getting the exact answer or not. So according to the formula, minus coefficient of x in the question, coefficient of x is minus 3. So already here one minus is there, so that minus coefficient of x is minus 3, that is minus 3 divided by coefficient of x square, coefficient of x square, which is nothing but 1, that we can put, which is equal to minus of minus, which is equal to plus, so positive 3. You can see that we got sum of the zeros also 3. According to the given formula, minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square also 3. So sum of the zeros we verified. Okay, this is how relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So through the coefficient we got the result 3, and sum of the zeros we got the result 3. The both result are same. So first part over. Then product of the zeros we can check whether it is also come with the same result or not. So alpha into beta, product of the result alpha into beta, which is nothing but constant divided by coefficient of x square, because the denominator never change. The numerator here, as you can see here, minus coefficient of x for the sum of the zeros, and the product of the zeros numerator would be constant. Okay, so now what we have found, what is alpha. Alpha is 7, so 7 multiply what is beta, which is nothing but minus 4. So plus into minus, which is nothing but minus, 7 4s are 28. We got the result minus 28 according to our zeros. Okay, whether our zeros is correct or not, when we cross check with this formula, then only we'll come to know. Okay, so now what is a constant? Constant which is equal to, in the question constant is minus 28. So minus 28 divided by, what is that coefficient of x square in the question? Coefficient of x square, which is nothing but 1. So minus 28 by 1, which is nothing but minus 28. You can see that this product of the zeros according to our answer and the given question coefficient result also same. So minus 28, which is equal to minus 28. Product of the zeros also, we have LHS and RHS are same, and the sum of the zeros also LHS and RHS are same. So we verified the result, hence verified the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial, given polynomial. That's it. Is a very simple question. Most often this kind of question they'll ask in the 3-mark questions in the public exam. I hope you like this video. If you do like this video, please do subscribe, share, comment and click the like button. Okay, if you share with somebody, they'll also be useful to this video for the exam. Okay, I hope this is enough. We can continue by tomorrow. Take care. Bye.